Back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Bulletproof Traders in the house. Market Scan and Opportunities Watchlist video. That's what on the program today. I want to show you these 4 pending trading opportunities that we've got our eyes on and potentially going to turn into real life positions. We're talking about Dogecoin, Solana, Ethereum, and Ripple. Those are the 4 opportunities I'm watching very, very closely, all of which, by the way, are buy trading opportunities. We're talking about going long on these 4 assets. Take a look at the trigger, and we also have 3 targets, 3 potential targets. Not all assets had all 3. We have the short-term target, we have the medium-term target, and we have the long-term target. Let's go right in and see those opportunities on the live chart. Let's go right ahead. We'll start with the Dogecoin with the trigger at 007154. We got 3 targets, short-term, medium-term, long-term. Let's take a look at that. Here's the Dogecoin. This is the trigger level, guys. 007154. This is the purple line right here. And once we have price action starts to cross over, this is where this is going to get activated, right? This position is going to get activated. We're going to be targeting the short-term target at 007676 right here. That this literally could happen in a day, maybe even a few hours to get there. Then later down the road, we're talking about 00881. That's the medium-term target, and long-term targets 010929. So there's a long way to go in terms of upside potential, if indeed that's going to be the case. I want to show you something quite interesting on the weekly chart. You can see price action is pulling back up, and it just keeps floating above that 007049. That's the last line of defense, the last line of key level support. And I can see how price action, and I'm going to zoom in, you can see how much respect it pays to that level time and time again, basically trying to break through, trying to break down, but every single time it finds that solid support that's pushing it upwards. So we're waiting for that trigger on the daily chart of that 007154 to establish a long position. All right. Second, we had the Ethereum. Let me show what's going on here. Here, the trigger level is 1928. This blue line right here. And I'm mostly looking at this from the weekly perspective, because a weekly breakout with a weekly close confirmation will solidify the potential of this upside move. Here we have one target. It's the medium-term target at 2294. So once price action starts to break through, we're going to be all over this, and we're going to start chasing price action all the way up to that medium-term target, the only target we have in this case of the Ethereum, 2294. Let's see what we have. Also, we have Solana. Solana, it's an interesting case here. The trigger is 7456, right? And we only have we have 2 targets here: the short-term target and the medium-term target. The medium-term target, as you can see, is that 9097, right? This is the level right here. It's a very big one. Now you can see pricing is pulling back up. This is the last day of the week. So if price action ends up pulling back altogether above 7456, closing the weekly bar above that level, because we can see it's pulling back, right? It's been lower than that during the week. But if it's going to be able to do what it did last week or the week before, that's a big vote of confidence on that 7456 level being a solid key level support. And from that point forward, we're going to see price action just surging upwards towards the next big key level target. Like I said, that's the medium-term target for us. It's the primary target, 9097. Now, from the short-term perspective, There's another level, very much closer, 77.71. That's right around the corner, effectively speaking. But once price action solidifies that breakout above 74.56, like I said, that's the official target. Then we're going to try to take some profit off the table at 77.71, and beyond that point, we'll try to continue riding that move all the way to our primary target at medium term profit target at 90.97. Last one is the Ripple. Ripple here is literally pressing against the trigger level right now as we speak. The trigger level is 108.23. Take a look. Price action is literally sitting on that level right now. It's literally knocking on that door. Whether that door is gonna get open or not, that remains to be seen. But it could happen today. Now we do want to have a daily close above the trigger, right? 0.823. Once we secure that breakout, we're gonna get in with all targets basically are valid. We're talking about the short-term target, 115.15. The next red line represents the short-term CPM system. The mid-high level, 115.15, that's the short-term targets. Once we clear that trigger, right? Then later down the road, we're going to be starting talking about 123.40. That's the blue line, belongs to the blue system. That's the medium-term CPM system. 23.40 medium-term target. And lastly, the long-term target, the one that you see right here, the purple line, 148.94. Right? That's a long way to go, of course, but potentially speaking, price action might start a move all the way up there, right? It's definitely plausible. So a lot to look forward here, guys, with all these four pending trading opportunities. Right now, the market is in kind of a gridlock, mostly because of the geopolitical pressure that's coming from the Middle East. I would call it oil war, because this conflict basically impacts the price of oil more than anything else, and we've seen oil super volatile, and that affects the crypto market as well as the other markets just as well. So here we are right now, kind of in a limbo situation. We're waiting for the triggers to get triggered, and then we'll be much more confident about the general direction of the market. That's about that for this video, guys. That's about that for the day. Enjoy the rest of it. See you tomorrow. Take care.